welcome to another episode of One More Rose. Today I'm very happy to be joined by a special guest, Sarah Baker. Sarah is a business owner, author, and mom. She has an inspiring story about family, business, and following your dreams. Sarah, thank you.
Thank you, Rose. It is a pleasure to be here with you today.
Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, and your journey to where you are today?
Yes, well, I am originally a country girl. I was lucky enough to move to the coast with my husband about 10 years ago and begin our life here in amongst the beautiful waters of the mid-coast. So we have two little girls that keep us very busy juggling modern life. I also run an interior design business, which I'm very passionate about. I work full-time as well, so life is very busy, but it's very full. We do have a lot going on, but I know I like being busy, and I like having different projects that I'm working on, and things like that, as well as the hustle and bustle with small children and getting them through their days and early childhood memories. So it is a lot, but look, it's a lot of fun. I feel very blessed. I'm very happy.
How do you balance your family life, work, and your creative projects?
Well, as I was saying, it is very busy. One thing I find really beneficial for me, just to kind of keep the balance and keep everything in a state of flow, is doing a little bit of movement every day. So whether that's even just getting outside, going for a walk, or doing a gentle yoga class, or a bit more of a strenuous gym session, I really find that my mind, my mental health functions better when I have a little bit of downtime to myself to get some energy out and do a little bit of exercise. I find it so therapeutic, as I know a lot of people do. So yes, other than that, it is certainly a big juggle in our household, and my husband and I kind of share and do everything together as a team. But yes, I do find, I work with a big calendar that kind of has everything happening for everyone in the family. So everything is all quite scheduled. I like to kind of work in that kind of way. And I find if everything is kind of all in that kind of state, we kind of get through things and everything gets done.
Many Brazilian women living in Australia dream about starting their own business. What was the biggest challenge when you start your business? And what advice would you give to someone who is just starting out?
Of course. So yes, I've been in business now for 3 years. And I guess the biggest challenge starting out was really taking that first step. I think, if you have a passion and a drive for something that, is in your heart, it's going to spur you on to kind of want to succeed and to kind of have that tenacity and that drive to push forward. So, my biggest challenge was probably, attracting customers or clients, or connecting with other people in the same industry that, could help me kind of start to get my own clients and start to book some projects and that kind of thing. So chipping away at that for easily the first 6-12 months was kind of the biggest challenge that I saw I needed to overcome to kind of really establish myself in business in this community. So secondly, the advice that I would give people is coming back to, that personal passion that you have for something, that will give you a great foundation to kind of propel you forward into making that dream a reality.
Thank you, Sarah. Creativity seems to be a big part of everything you do. Where do your ideas come from?
Yes. Creativity and motivation are certainly two things that can go hand in hand, but I feel you need to kind of nurture both of them. So look, I am naturally quite creative. and kind of my inspiration comes from everything that I see around me. So largely what's happening in my own family and in the context of where we live. I draw a lot of inspiration from people who inspire me, and clients that I meet. And then staying motivated when things are tough is certainly a very real thing. And I find it's, staying true to that belief that you have in yourself, that, success is just around the corner. And, with my business, it is a little bit like that. There's ebbs and flows. We have our really busy times, and then we have times that are a little bit more, not so busy client-wise. So it's just about keeping those connections strong, keeping those relationships with others in the industry alive. So, I do get a lot of referrals from clients that I've worked with in the past, or other people that are around that kind of think of the business and then give me a call and that kind of thing. So it's just all about staying strong, hanging tough, and believing that the busy times will come up again.
You were recently included in Women Business Magazine. How did that opportunity come about? And what did that recognition mean to you, both personally and professionally?
I was, and this was an incredible opportunity to be involved with an incredible group of women, all from diverse industries, having the opportunity to be interviewed about their work. So both personally and professionally, it was so lovely and really uplifting to be in the company of so many like-minded women working away in their businesses and doing extraordinary things. So I was very lucky to be included. And certainly, yes, this is a great insight into a snapshot of, local and talented women thriving in their chosen fields, and very inspiring for new up-and-comers and people kind of thinking about, channeling their own business opportunities and streams. A great opportunity to read, some ideas about what has come before.
What inspired you to write The Magic of Ruby's Red Shoes?
So literally my inspiration for this story was my daughters. As I said, I have two little girls, one of which began big school this year. So I was kind of, as I was preparing her and thinking about all those things, readying children for that next chapter, this is where the inspiration came to me in writing a story, which was designed for children, taking on that new challenge of school. So yeah, that's what it was for.
If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
That is a good question. I think it would be to just trust the journey, to trust all of the experiences that I've had in my life have led to where I am today. I think looking back, I was very carefree and had a lot of fun, didn't quite know where I was headed, but I think I really got there in the end, and I think it's just to trust that destiny and that the footsteps of your life will lead where you're meant to be.
Before we finish, Sarah, is there anything else you'd like to share with your listeners, or where people can connect with you, and where we can find the magic of Ruby's Red Shoes?
Yes, well, my two books, The Magic of Ruby's Red Shoes and also The Pearl Beach Bakery, you can now borrow from Mid-Coast Libraries throughout the different branches. My business, Coast by Design, you can connect with me on Facebook or Instagram. My handle is @Coast by Design. And what's coming up next? I hope to do some more travel with my family. We're very busy at school these days, busy with work. But I hope that lots more future projects will be coming soon.
I would like to say thank you so much for Sarah to be here.
Thank you so much, Rose, and thank you so much for listening. And don't forget to subscribe to One More Rose.
Thank you. See you next time.